That's right guys, we have an unboxing here of the Sony Xperia XZ1. Now this is Sony's flagship phone for the second half of 2017 and also the first ever non-Google phone with Android Oreo on board. So obviously extremely exciting, and let's get right to it. So down here at the bottom, Xperia XZ1, and I do have the dual SIM card variant. Very typical Sony box. And look at the back. So some specs here at the bottom we'll go over in a minute. The box is nice, clean, minimal, simplistic. And let's take a look at what's inside. Now, Sony always really nice colors here on the sides. Again, guys, very nicely designed box. And right on top, the XZ1, getting that in a minute. Snapdragon 35, 4GB of RAM. And just cut out right there. So I'm guessing these are the instructions. Looks like instructions, and let's go and open it up. Should be USB Type-C cable. Yep, got all your usual instructions. And should be USB Type-C. Alright, good. We got some headphones here and a wall adapter. So this will differ depending on your region. And quick look at the headphones as well. Yep, and a little bit extra, so some earbuds and a clip. M8750, these are solid headphones that ship with the high-end Sony phones. And let's take a look at what you all care about, the Sony phone itself. So you can get this in black, silver, blue, or pink, and of course I got the black version. And just peeling off the front. Whew! Beautiful phone, guys, as are all of Sony's phones. And look at the back. Really nice here on the back, and this phone extremely comfortable to hold. Really like the edges and everything like that, and very premium feeling. So a quick tour of the phone and we'll boot it up. Now right on top here you do have a headphone jack, and you do have to mention that these days. So very nice to have that. Over here you have the power button and the fingerprint scanner. At the bottom, USB Type-C. And then look at the other side. And also on this side you do have the volume rocker right here. And then the camera shutter button right here. On the front you have a 13 megapixel front facing camera and a 5.2 inch screen. That's 1080p in the same size as the XZS, although this screen is HDR. And another look at the back here. So 19 megapixel camera here on the back. So everyone says all Sony phones look the same, and that is true, guys. I hope for the next one I have a more radical redesign than this. I really like to have a bezel screen display for the next one. But speaking of, guys, I do have front-facing speakers on here. Forgot to mention that. But that said, this is probably the most comfortable phone Sony has made. It's extremely thin, very lightweight, and very rounded edges. Now the phone also has 64GB internal storage and micro SD card support. 2700 capacity battery, which is low, but according to a lot of reviewers, it's actually a pretty good battery. Snapdragon 835 and 4GB of RAM. The phone is waterproof, IP68 certified. And let's go ahead and boot this up. Again, guys, we have Android Oreo on board. Very excited to test that out. Been using the phone for around 30 minutes so far, and in a minute we're going to go over a comparison between this, the XZ Premium, the XZS, and the XZ. But before that, let's go over the interface for the phone. Now, I will have a more in-depth video on this in the future, but as you guys see, your typical Xperia layout. Taking a look at the apps. Fortunately, Sony puts very little crap on here. Taking a look at the quick settings. Now, these are a bit different from Android Nougat. And again, we'll be doing a video on that in the future. Taking a look at the camera UI. Now, similar to the XZ Premium and XZS, you have 960 frames per second slow motion. And most phones, the most you'll get is 240. And as you guys see there, super slow motion. So we'll have videos on this in the future. Alright guys, here's a, wow, that is pretty awesome right there. Just a clip of what I just filmed. We'll have more practical use on this in the future, but for now, yeah guys, no other phones out there anywhere close to 960 frames per second. In addition, apparently this phone has amazing 3D mapping. And Sony says you can actually scan your head and put your avatar in a PS4 game. Alright guys, here we go. We have the XZ, which is 1 year old at this point. The XZ, and this is about 5 months old. The XZ1, and the XZ Premium. Now it's tough to say which is better, the XZ Premium or the XZ1. So obviously the XZ Premium does have a 4K screen versus 1080p, and also a larger screen as well, but aside from that, pretty similar phones. Now I can say the XZ1 definitely a lot more comfortable to hold than the XZ Premium. And actually we'll do a quick comparison here with the XZ Premium and the XZ1. So yeah guys, obviously in terms of size, the XZ1 a lot smaller. And we'll have a full comparison on this in the future. As you guys can see, the XZ1 a lot thinner there. Really slim phone. And more importantly, a comparison versus the XZ and the XZ. So this is the XZ on the far left and the XZ1 on the right. XZ in the middle. So yeah guys, as you can see, the XZ1 extremely thin. Also, it's definitely the most comfortable to hold. The edges are the roundest of all three. Pretty much perfect edges here. Aside from that, the XZ1 feels more premium. Now, I really was not expecting much from this because it looks so similar to the other two in terms of pictures, but in terms of comfort, easily going to the XZ1. So as you guys just saw, we have a software update and we'll be installing that in a minute. But as you guys see here, Android 8.0.0. Alright, actually, I'm going to go ahead and install this right now. We have a lot of videos to get to, guys. Please let me know in the comment section below what you want to see next. So first impressions, very impressed with the phone. Really feels excellent to hold, very comfortable. So that said, a lot more testing to do versus all the major smartphones on the market, and tests such as battery, cameras, and more. So hit that subscribe button for more videos in the future. The channel originally called Xperia Fan, so a huge emphasis on Sony Xperia products. Let me know in the comment section below what you want to see next. And as always, thanks for watching.